Today is different. I spent all morning in editing. I didn't find out till late when I finally read my mail, unfortunately. But yeah, one of the editors called in sick, and they didn't have me to fill in, so I wasn't solo, which is a good thing because it takes no time whatsoever to forget how to do it all. And it takes probably about a week or two to get back into the swing of things, if that, more than that. But hopefully I contributed some. But the poor editor is in there doing almost all of it by himself, and it happens. But I try to pitch in and get what I could done. And, with the steep learning curve that I have. But now I'm going to do our live shots. Woohoo! This morning we are live at the 18th and Vine District, and I'm intrigued by this place, Club Mardi Gras. It's been sitting empty. I wonder what shape it's in inside. I suspect it's not as good as it looks on the outside, but there's a lot of historic buildings on this corner. The Dixie Jam sign is gone. I don't know where that went. Probably the museum. I hope somewhere safe. But yeah, Club Mardi Gras. There's a new development across the street. That's what our story is. But anyway, it is cold out here. It's been really cold this morning, so time to go. Trying out a new coffee shop. Let's see what this is about. Biscuit and coffee. Coffee. Look inside. This place is busy. Interesting coffee experience. It's a little different, and yes, I like it. We are sassified. It's time to go home. And of course, I have coffee before I go home. It's fine. To go to bed, rest. Oops. If I can figure out what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, I have to do my time lapse on here because I started my time lapses on here. On my phone, that is. And I'm trying out this $6 microphone that I just bought at Retail Rebel. There was this girl she had it in her hand. She didn't know what it was. She thought it was a camera, and I instantly recognized it. That's a wireless mic. So yes, I stalked her. I followed her around until she put it down, because I knew she wasn't going to keep it. She didn't know what to do with it. And she put it down, but I didn't see where. And then eventually I spotted it. She set it up high. She wasn't storing it away or anything. She put it in the testing area. And so I grabbed it, looked at it. I was like, do I really want this thing? What is this thing? And, I plugged it in and charged it up, and this is the first time I'm using it, and actually it sounds pretty good. It sounds better than the one I got off of Amazon, but I suspect the one off Amazon is like a Bluetooth microphone, and I'm not sure what this is. But so far, so good, I think. Is it still working? Yeah. It's even got a little meter on it that goes, tells you that it's working. So pretty fancy. Fancy schmancy. Oh, how do I do this? I don't do this. Or do I go straight across? Yeah, I guess I go across. This is weird. Weird intersection, Kansas City, over here by the AT&T Long Lines building, which you'll see over my shoulder here in a second. Long Lines buildings are an interesting concept. Essentially, it was the way we did long distance telephones in the era right before satellites came into being. And essentially these buildings here were equipped with lots of microwave equipment, and essentially you use the microwave relays all the way across the country, and it worked. And you would have these buildings in all the major cities, and then out in the country you still see them, the microwave horns and receivers. And I think they still use a lot of the microwave equipment for relaying some stuff. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but I think they still use it as like secondary backup in case satellites go down or whatever. Or I don't know. Everything is like fiber optic now too, so I don't know. I don't know if they still use them, because I would imagine they have fiber optics everywhere. They use that. Much better signal, clearer and everything, but I don't know. It worked for a long time. And the era after telegraphs and before satellites came into being, that would be in the 1950s, I think. 50s and 60s, most probably. Well, anyways, more boorish history. Anyways, time to go home, go to bed.